There aren't many people who've achieved as much as this next guest we have on The Savage Situation. I am delighted to be joined by Aura. Hi. It's lovely to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
You are so busy all the time. It's amazing we made this work. Thank you so much for being here.
No problem at all.
The hair is fantastic. I mean,
Thank you.
I'm struck by how cool that looks.
It's very hard to maintain.
Is it really?
For sure, yeah. But I've had it for 4 years, so I've kind of gotten used to it at this point.
Is it weekly top-ups?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, I can't really go to the hairdresser like every single week to get it redone, so I have my own kind of kit that I do.
Okay.
Just to touch up.
Like a DIY thing going. I like that. That's great.
Yeah,
You're traveling so much. I guess it has to happen.
Yeah, no, it's super convenient with the traveling.
Definitely.
I mean, I have to, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I mentioned, how much you've achieved so early on. It is baffling to me how incredible you're doing in your career, life in general.
Thank you.
Music, you've got as I said, traveling, you're performing here, there, and everywhere, and you play games too, which is great. Because that's perfect for this podcast.
Yes, I had a feeling it would be.
Yeah. Well, I think we've guests on the series. We've talked to you about their kind of gaming origins. I'd love to know where you actually began and actually first picked up the first game, what it was, what the situation was, and how you moved on from there. What was it?
To be honest, the first time that I really got into games, it was more virtual games.
Virtual?
Yeah.
So VR.
Yeah. So on no, more like PC.
Okay.
Actual you have to go to a website kind of virtual game.
I've gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So that was where my love for games really started. So when I was 12, there's so many. I mean, they don't exist anymore, unfortunately. But it was things just very kind of. I don't know, pretty shallow games, but they were a lot of fun. It's Movie Star Planet and these where you got to make your own character and be this it was.
I'm sold.
Yeah, and of course Sims. I played Sims a lot, and that was my kind of the beginning of it. And then I started discover console games.
Yeah.
And
The Sims seems to be quite a good entry point for a lot of people.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
It still feels quite human because the characters obviously there is what you can actually do kind of weird and wacky things and create your own kind of world in the world.
Yeah, which is amazing. Yeah. Just to be able to create your own world is I definitely do that throughout my music and try to and all the visuals and stuff like that. So I think when I was a kid, being able to do that in a game was just all I wanted to do. Just create my own world. So that was.
You knew from the get-go that you were a creative person from the outset.
I mean, I knew that I was creative, but I wasn't really sure if I was good. That I still don't know, to be very honest. But
you're very good. You're very, very good.
Thank you. I don't know. It's such a weird thing, but it was always just such a big part of my life, just writing and I was as a kid, I was very in my imagination, all the time. I mean, I would oh my God. Have you seen any of the Studio Ghibli movies?
I have.
There's this one called Princess Mononoke.
Princess
Mononoke?
Mononoke. I haven't seen that.
You should totally see. It's amazing, and it's so relevant to what's happening around us right now. It's it's really cool. It's nature and humanity and the war between the two, and it's very cool. But when I was a kid, I genuinely thought that I was in I would pretend to be in that world. Because there was this wolf princess, and she was so cool, and all I wanted to be was that wolf princess. It was a
wolf princess.
A wolf princess.
Was she a hybrid, or did she turn into a wolf?
No, she was raised by wolves, and I would go around the yard with my 4 dogs, and pretend that they were my pack, and we would I was just. I mean, I was 7 years old at the time, but I was so in my imagination when it came to that. But it was so much fun.
Wow.
It's crazy how you start to lose that when you grow up.
Yeah, you do.
It's a very valuable time.
Yeah, the real world kicks in. And everything
it
goes
does kick in, and then it's no more wolf princessing. No more wolf princessing. That's kind of weird.
I read that you actually spent the first part of your life in Ibiza in Spain. Is that right?
Yeah.
How was that growing up in Ibiza?
It was so. I don't even remember that much of it, to be honest. I think, I was 5 years old when we moved away. We moved to Antigua in the Caribbean.
Oh, it's a hard life. It really is.
Yeah,
Antigua sounds beautiful.
It is beautiful. Yeah. It is. It's definitely. It's such a cool place to grow up. But either way, it has its ups and downs as well. Yeah. It is an island in the middle of the Caribbean, and things can be hard there sometimes, and that's just how it is. But I guess it's kind of like the price you have to pay for living in paradise.
This is true. Yeah. I mean, when you came back, where did you after Antigua? Did you come back to? Were you in Europe, or where else did you come after that?
Not really. I mean, I think I just spent most of my childhood there. Like I moved there when I was 5, and I only really left when I was 12. And that's when I started traveling and like kind of doing the music thing and pursuing that. Which is crazy. Was
music always a part of your... Because your dad's a prominent producer as well.
Yeah,
Was exactly. That... did it kind of inspire you to get into the music industry? Like, or was it kind of you just found your own kind of way?
It was a little bit of both, because he actually... I mean, my parents actually... My mom was a songwriter.
Oh, wow, okay.
So I always kind of saw them work, and I was always in the room, like, on my, like, DS, like, you know, like, kind of playing something, like, distracted while they work, and then I started to, like... listen in more and become part of, like, I don't know, like, just listen and see what they were doing, really.
So already music and gaming were being combined very early on.
Oh my gosh, like on DS, I honestly, I miss those games so much. Like, did you ever play that one where you have, like, dogs? I'm a huge dog lover, if you haven't noticed.
Nintendogs, is it that?
Like Nintendogs, yeah.
I remember that.
Where you like you have them, you feed
was
them.
Was it like a Tamagotchi, but like
kind of, but like more advanced.
Yeah, of course.
And like they actually like did die if you didn't like feed them. It was pretty like
they actually
like
died.
They disappeared.
Oh, and you
it was
turn it on one day
scarring.
like, I don't know.
Because I was so young, I was like, where'd it go?
Barry's dead.
Anyways,
I don't know why the dog's called Barry in my imagination.
There is a dog called Barry in some sort of movie, isn't there?
Probably.
Is it Barry the St. Bernard? Something? I don't know. Okay, that's a whole other rabbit hole there. But yeah, no, that game, for instance, I was like, that was also big. Actually, that was probably the beginning was like Game Boy and DS Nintendo for me.
You're learning life lessons as well playing those games. You know, life and death, you're learning.
Yeah, life and death. I mean, you can't... I learned a lot about dogs in that game before I had one.
Yeah, and then you had the wolf pack.
Like, I have to feed it or it's going to die.
Yeah, exactly. You're learning life lessons. Games are important. We learn so much through gaming.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I mean...
It makes us who we are. That makes us who we are.
A lot of people, yeah.
I think the DS for me was great. I mean, I was kind of more Game Boy and Game Gear and that kind of stuff, but I kind of found... the DS and the 3DS came out, and that was like, oh, hey.
Yeah, oh my gosh. I mean, I remember that was like my first kind of device, like, because iPhones didn't exist at the time, which is crazy to think. I feel like I'm one of the last generations where like iPhones didn't exist. Like,
I'm that old. I used to have to text people using an internet website to text someone because otherwise it cost too much money on pay-as-you-go. Okay, it was really bad.
That's so funny.
It was hard times. It was like everyone lived like Oliver Twist, and now it's like
and now it's like boom, there you go.
There we go.
Yeah, I used to have like on the DS, you'd have like the chat rooms where you would like invite other people that had DSs and like you would talk on there. And then you could like draw things and send it. Like, oh my god!
See, that's creative. You're sending kind of drawings and kind of sharing ideas.
It was so cool. That era lasted for such a short amount of time. Like, it's so sad, but I mean, I still have my DS. Actually, it still works. Talk about quality.
Do you ever just like whack it on and give it a go?
Yeah, I definitely do. Yeah.
Are your Nintendogs all dead? Are they? I mean, they must be.
Actually,
you haven't fed them in like 6 years.
Yeah, and also I lost the game.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's so sad. I only have like 2 of my DS because they're the little chip thingies. Like
they're so small.
They're so small.
That's
they're just like gone.
Nintendo always make things. I think after way back in the day, we had to blow on cartridges to kind of make them work.
Yeah,
they were so big.
Oh my gosh, exactly.
Now they're just tiny.
Yeah.
Tiny.
Yeah, exactly.
It's wild. But so you were handheld gaming, and then you found consoles. You did PC handheld gaming, and now you're kind of in the PlayStation, Xbox kind of era. Is that what you kind of jumped in?
Yeah, more PlayStation, I would say. Okay. Yeah. I got to it a little late. I kind of like got into Overwatch like later than anyone else did.
What a game! Though.
I really don't care.
What a game!
I really don't care because it's so. I love it. It's just really fun.
People don't talk about how like Overwatch enough. I don't think because it is a really good game.
It's a really good game.
It came out. It was I think it was one of the first competitive like multiplayer games, which actual like I think it was a 12 rating, so younger kids could play have that competitive kind of edge game.
Yeah.
And still, still compete quite young. So it was the animated style is really cool. Like,
I mean, yeah, the gameplay is just it's so much fun. The characters also, I think that's what probably makes it so cool for me. Like I just really love being able to play like a character in a game. Like, I mean, it's like. If you're just human, that's kind of boring.
Dull.
Like, I mean, you could be anything else and you're human in the game. Like, really?
Exactly. If I'm human, that's the last thing you want.
I want to have like a weird, like, mech suit thing that makes me be able to like. I'm talking
So you're
about
you're a diva. Yeah,
I'm
you're a diva fan. Okay.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like what. Anyways, that's why I really love any of those like games where you can like play a character that can do something cool and everybody has their own strengths and like.
Of course.
Yeah.
So would you say your main was diva? Are there other characters you kind of like? Okay.
I started off with Widowmaker.
Oh, did you?
That was so dumb. I was like, what? Anyways, I thought that she was really cool.
You had the sniper.
Like,
you were locked on.
I'm actually pretty bad at like close range fighting. Like I'm better from like like a long range kind of
hiding behind a hill.
Yeah.
Just
Exactly.
Yes.
But I took a break from that, and then I think what's cool about diva is that you can be like mid range and long range. You don't have to be in there. Which is cool, and you just fly around. It's cool.
She's a super popular character. I think you need to have one.
She really is.
As well.
I feel really basic for being like having her as my main, but I just
look, you're talking to someone who used to play main Bastion when it first came out. Right? You just stand in the corner and just turret people and just wreck
Bastion's
them.
Great.
But in Overwatch they keep like nerfing characters and making them kind of like worse. So the other ones are kind of better. Like they keep changing things all the time. So you kind of step into it after a long period of time away and think, why is my character dreadful? Why am I getting rinsed left, right, and center?
Exactly. It's really cool.
It's great.
They've done a great job, the entire team, and I think it's just such a really cool. There's not another game that's like that out there.
And Overwatch 2 I think is around the corner.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about it. I can't wait to have it on. I have a Switch as well, so I'm very excited to be able to play it
great
on Switch.
Yes. Taking Overwatch on the road is what we all want. That's what we all want.
Yes, that's what I mean, it's gonna be obviously a lot different, but I mean just being able to play it is gonna be cool.
So when you're playing games like Overwatch, which is obviously a team-based game, are you playing with friends of yours who are also gamers? Are you playing with like just randoms online? How would you usually
a mix of all of that, really. I actually like play a lot with like, it's weird saying fans, like my listeners, like fans, I guess. Like you
say fans?
I don't know. It's such a like weird like term. I don't like. Does
it feel quite weird to say that to have? I guess you're clearly very humble because clearly you have fans out there who actually love your music.
Yeah, and they're amazing, and I love and appreciate them all so much. But it is so weird for me, like saying that. Like what? What?
And then I guess they're fans from all over the world as well. People listen in all different territories.
It's
countries.
Crazy. It's very cool, and I've like basically been playing with them, like playing Overwatch with them, which is it's nice because it's not I kind of like switch around with different people, and like I go on audio as well and like talk to them, and it's really funny.
For them, it's really funny. Freak them out.
A lot of people think it's not me, and they're like, "Is that like really you?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, yeah,
yeah,
yeah."
Is your gamer tag Aura?
No, it's actually not.
Okay, don't tell me what it is.
I won't because I'm like I try to like not like super serve it, like it's there somewhere.
Yeah,
but you can find it if you look through my Instagram.
So
somewhere there.
So you suddenly come on the comms, and everyone's like, "No way! There is no way that's really you."
It definitely has. Like I've had like people freak out, which is really cute. Like,
and then, prove it, and you start just doing a bit of concrete jungle.
Hey, you know concrete jungle. Yeah. I definitely have. I have been asked to sing before, like in the middle of like a battle, and I was like, oh, hang on, like
as if you're not under enough pressure trying to do your sniping or your kind of other stuff with diva. Now you got to sing a song.
I'm also like not that great, so that's the problem with like gaming with other people. Well, no. That's like the one thing I think that I'm great at is singing. It's the only thing.
Okay.
But like multitasking. Because I like when I play Overwatch, I can't do anything else. Mm-hmm. And then sometimes it's really funny because I'll just like be really quiet, and they're like, "Oh, like
someone's concentrating." Yeah.
But it's so cute. I really love doing it, and it's been really fun so far.
That's really cool.
Just
That's
being
really
able
cool.
to surprise them
like
that.
They must be,
and just randomly joining groups, like, oh hey.
It would. I mean, you would definitely make their day, their year. You just jump into the chat.
It's just so weird that I can do that somehow. It's so
So what else are you playing on consoles and on Switch and things? Are you mainly Overwatch when you get a chance? Because do you travel on like a tour bus with like a console, or?
I haven't been able to do that. I mean, when I go on tour, I have my Switch, which is nice. But obviously, there's only so many games that you can like also like cross play with, and
exactly.
Yeah. So a bit annoying. That's why I'm excited for Overwatch to come out on Switch. But no, like I've been playing like Zelda on the Switch because that's like
Breath of the Wild or the Link's Awakening.
Yes, Link's Awakening.
It's good.
It's really good.
They've
really
reimagined
good.
it brilliantly, I think.
Yeah. No, the visuals are really good. And yeah, so that's been good. But on console, I really play like a lot of just more like storyline based games like Horizon Zero Dawn and Gravity Rush.
That for me is one of the greatest games that's come out in the last few years.
I so agree with you. Like,
I'm so glad you said that.
I was so blown away by it. Like
it was wild. I couldn't believe how good it was.
I couldn't believe it either. It's so. I mean, it was. I loved it so much. I loved it so much. Just like also being able to play like this like badass like female warrior was so much fun. Yeah. Like I don't think that happens a lot really in those kind of games.
No, you're right. It doesn't.
And so it's incredible to start seeing that more in gaming and yeah, her story and just like the visuals. Like I could spend hours just like walking through the forest, like just looking
if anyone listening
the sunset.
If anyone listening's never played Horizon Zero Dawn, it's ultimately you're kind of in this kind of, I don't want to spoil the plot line here. Yeah. But you're in this kind of past/future, you don't really know where like there like are now like mechanoid robotic animals and kind of hybrids with like cyborgy kind of people, but there's also like kind of Neanderthal people like with bases, and you have to try and piece the storyline together. Yeah. But it's done in this, as you said, in this background, this backdrop, the environment, which genuinely feels alive. It amazing.
Really does. And just, I mean, everything from like the just the way that you fight and the bow and arrow and like that, just it's so cool.
I mean, it's been out a couple of years. Cool. I saw because at the time of recording this, it's around like Black Friday. It's like 13 quid, which is like 30, like $15. Yeah, it's that cheap now. You can, but that's for the full package with all the DLC bits in between.
Oh my gosh.
Like it's worth it. That's what I'm gonna say. It's great. You've heard it from me and Aura here. It's worth playing.
It's such a good game,
guys. Robot dogs, and camels.
Don't need to
and
say
the odd
more.
Donkey.
I don't know
if there's a donkey.
I think it's more of like a cattle, isn't it?
Yes.
They have the striders.
Dogs and cows.
Striders and.
That's right. You got the names down as well. Yeah, you're right.
It's been a while since I've played it, but it's still, yeah. I finished it a little while ago, but.
That's great. Okay, so you say Horizon Zero, and so you've got that, and then I mean campaign-based games. You say Gravity Rush? Did you say as well?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Have you heard of that?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's quite like
It's kind of like more is this kind of cell shaded, kind of like animated?
Yes. Yeah. The style of it I think is really cool. It's very very like anime kind of inspired. But a little different.
You are an anime fan as well. I've heard because.
If you haven't noticed,
I've always wanted to get into anime. I mean, that sounds like a really kind of like blasé kind of statement, but genuinely, I want to. But I don't know where the entry point is to kind of get into watching anime. What was how did you find it, and where are you kind of at with the anime world as such?
I mean, it's like I don't know. The anime world is so. I mean, it's as if like basically somebody was getting into TV shows for the first time. Like, what would you tell them? Like. It doesn't really it's such a wide range of like genres that you just have to go with like what you like more and like in the TV series world as well. Like if you're more of like an action kind of like superhero, if you love like a slice of life, then I would recommend a different one. It's like it really depends. But for me, like my starting point of getting into that entire world was just Studio Ghibli movies like Princess Mononoke and Howl's Moving Castle, Spirited Away. Stuff like that. Like I grew up watching it, and I think that it always stuck with me. It made me want to use my imagination more and just be more creative. Yeah, because they're so crazy. Like,
it's an amazing genre in general because the vibrancy of it all. And in the Western world, it seems like there's this huge explosion of love for anime in general in the last few years.
It's so cool. It's really cool to see.
You've been to Anime Con, right?
Yeah.
Was that a wild experience? Because it strikes me as being amazing, but kind of insane at the same time.
Yeah, it definitely was. It was very. It was like stepping into another world, to be honest. And another world where like a lot of people just have the exact same interests. And it's so cool. Like, I mean, I love all those events because it's like you can have a conversation with anyone about anime and gaming because most like they're all kind of into
they go hand in
like
hand,
both of those things. They go hand in hand. So it was really fun. And do
you cosplay at all? Do you kind of go?
I don't, and I did kind of cosplay. I guess for Halloween I cosplayed. I mean, it is what Halloween is, but I went as Sailor Neptune.
Okay.
And that was really fun.
All right.
And
okay.
I definitely I have that costume now, so I'll definitely be going to some event. I'll bust it out when I get the chance.
It's Wednesday.
Yeah, just walk in casually. But yeah, and I want to get more into that as well. Because I mean, it's really cool.
Do you interact with a lot of your fans are like-minded as well, like into anime as well?
Yeah, a lot of them are. Yeah. It's really cool. I've just I don't know. I feel like there's a whole nother like audience there that are into those things, and I don't think there's like too many artists who try and like tap into that and like kind of relate to their audience through that, and it's just something that's naturally happened, and I'm so happy about it because like just being able to like, oh my gosh, I have like an anime editing account.
An anime editing account?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's literally, I'm such a nerd. I'm such an we're only grazing the surface right now.
I'm with you 100%.
It's like when you take anime clips or like just any clips of any like TV shows and you edit music to them. Okay,
that's not weird at all because I've we've all done that in our past lives.
It's definitely I'm really glad that I got into it because of it. Like I know how to use Final Cut Pro and like edit things, which is really cool, and I really enjoy that.
So I've got a friend of mine who very randomly, her name's Giselle. Who am I saying this? And she used to get very pretty, and she used to get Disney clips of old Disney movies. And what she would do in her spare time was she would re-sing the characters and record her voice and then put her voice to the characters.
That is so
and
cool.
She did it so well that she was in the top 3 cast. She went for the audition basically, got into the last 3 to play the full-on voice for Sleeping Beauty and Snow White across the board for the whole of Disney for the next 10 years. She got so close. She was like 15. And she got really close.
That's incredible.
Yeah, amazing. So obviously all the videos she put online have got millions of hits.
Yeah.
Obviously she can't monetize any of it because it's Disney. But at the same time, it's like she did exactly. So it's not. I think it's such a normal thing to do.
It definitely is part of. I would say they're like. I don't know. I hate saying like my generation, but it's like. But I feel like
you is your generation.
This kind of like. I don't know, like the teenagers like right now that are in fandoms, I think it's something, the editing world is like something that everybody kind of knows. Because it's like it's like a coping mechanism for getting through a show. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
And when I feel like online, what's so cool about that is that you feel like you're connected to everyone because they're like they're hurting and struggling with you through watching whatever you're watching, and you're both like, I don't know. I mean, everyone's just going through the same pain, and then that's like a way of expressing it is editing it, and then everybody's like, "Oh yeah, that's same."
Yeah,
like
and
that sucked, and that was great, and
that sucked. That's great because I know that your community is so important to you, and they're so supportive of all your work as well.
Yeah,
it must mean enormous amounts to you as well.
It really does. It's insane. I mean, that's why it's so weird for me to say fans because I mean I guess they are. Like, I mean, they are, but it's weird for me. I don't know.
There's that kind of team dynamic. Everyone kind of feels like they're all. You feel that so you're very close to them, and you regularly are, I guess, interacting with them online, be it gaming or social media, whatever it might be.
Exactly. Exactly. And they're really great at like supporting each other as well, which I think is so that's so incredible. Like the fact that people are able to meet each other at my shows and then like be friends and then go together and like do those kind of things are just, they're incredible. And just, I appreciate it so much. And it's also like, I guess one of the reasons that it's particularly weird for me is that I used to have a fan account, and that's why seeing fan accounts for me, like, I've gotten sort of used to it by now, but at first I was like, what is happening? Like, this is so weird.
It must be like overwhelming.
Yeah. I had an Ariana Grande fan account when I was like 10.
Yeah. Really?
I did.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not there anymore.
It's not there. Okay,
it's not there anymore. But I took it down. But I had like 2,000 followers, and like I would post about Ariana Grande.
That's cool.
It was so weird.
There's crazier things you could do.
No. I mean, it's not weird. It's not weird actually at all because she was like a huge inspiration for me at that age, like for sure.
Yeah.
So it was, it was so. But just thinking about that is so strange because like now.
You're rubbing shoulders with Ariana Grande.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. But it's just like, there's fan pages out there. And it's for me. And anyways, it's weird. And they're making edits. And that's just what is happening.
I think it's so refreshing, though, that you kind of, you reappreciate how, that being in that position, how unique that is. Because
it is.
You haven't taken it for granted at all, clearly.
I like try and remind myself every single day. Like, it can be so, I think, like, I don't know, us as like, just as humans, I think it's human nature to like always want more and always just, there's like a certain greed in all of us that we always want more. Like that's just what it is. And it's also a good thing because it means we always want to like strive for our goals and continue. But I think it's so important to just like take a moment to look back at where you came from as well. Yeah. Like, and not forget that because that can be, it can make you stop. I mean, it can stop you from like losing your mind about where you think you should be. Yeah. And it's really important. It's something that I've had to like learn and just like be grateful for because I mean, I am from like a tiny island in the Caribbean and just being able to do this is awesome. Yeah. It's really cool.
There you were sitting there feeding your Nintendog.
I never thought I could do this.
And here we are now on a gaming podcast in central London. I mean, it's just...
I love it.
What a journey.
What a journey.
Awesome. Speaking of journeys, your career as at the age that you are, you've done so much. And I think there are some really cool stuff you've done. You did a live gig from YouTube Space in London. Yeah. What is that like, doing a live gig from... Because I've been there before and it's a really cool spot.
It's really cool.
How do you do a live gig from there?
It was very nerve-wracking because like people were watching, obviously, like the live stream of it and people were there. So it was really cool though. Yeah. I loved it. And it was the first time that I really got to have like an event for any of my releases. And it was for two of my songs, Medicine and Dance in the Dark. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it was lovely. I mean, the people at YouTube are just, they're so great. And just the fact that we were able to do that. And oh my God, we even had like little like cupcakes that had like the different like song, like artworks on them and like symbols and I attach symbols to every single one of my releases that kind of like represents
hidden Easter
them.
Eggs?
That as well. And we like kind of spread those like across the space and it was really cool. I really enjoyed it. And just being able to like also do meet and greet here is always really cool.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
That's so nice. And cupcakes. Well, yeah.
I mean, cupcakes. And they were like gourmet as well. That's all I ever wanted.
Gourmet cupcakes?
Yeah. I think I ate them for breakfast for like an entire week afterwards because like I saved a box for myself.
Yeah. What is a gourmet one like sprinkled in caviar? I don't know what gourmet means. What's like a gourmet cupcake?
A gourmet cupcake? I mean, it's not really like it's a cupcake, but like with really good ingredients.
Oh, okay.
Like the icing was so good. It was just like pure sugar, but like and butter.
You haven't just splashed it on. You've really crafted the icing. I like that.
It was definitely like it was amazing. There was even glitter on them, like edible glitter. I mean can you want more? Can you want more than that?
Glittery, sparkly cupcakes
with your artwork on it.
There's ever a reason
I don't need anything else in life.
YouTube Space. I mean, or you smashed it. I mean, that's the way to do it. And you also, I mean, one thing I think when you came to my attention as well when it was TwitchCon this year. Yeah, you got the chance to go and perform.
Yeah, I did
in San Diego.
I keep on forgetting that happened. Yes,
TwitchCon,
that
which is madness because that is one of the biggest, I guess, streaming / gaming events in the world every year. And you get to perform on stage.
Yeah, it was the first time that they did that as well.
Did you, had like live acts perform?
Yeah, they've never had like a kind of like a festival attached to it because that's kind of what it was.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, I mean, we had like, I think there were five different live acts and they were all really cool and from different genres. I mean, we had like Y2K, and Logic and Blink-182.
Blink-182.
Like it was really cool.
That is amazing.
It was like a mini festival really, and they've never done that before. So it was really cool that that I got to be part of it. It was awesome.
Well, as a gamer as well, being at an event like that where you, I guess, are surrounded by like-minded people as well, like at AnimeCon, here you are surrounded by kind of gaming fans and all the kind of, I guess, all the world's most prolific streamers are kind of there as well.
Yeah.
Do you get a chance to watch many stream? I mean, do you watch streamers online that play games? Do you stream yourself?
I really want to start streaming, but I haven't yet. And
Yeah.
it's mainly because of the setup, to be honest. I can't, like, it's so hard, and I don't live anywhere, and it's just, I want it to like look good.
Mm-hmm.
And anyways, I'm gonna try, like, once I get my own space.
You just need
I'm going to try and set it up.
Get a green screen behind you. Just block everything out.
Yeah.
And then you're just
100%.
there.
Get like a cool chair thing.
Yeah.
Chair thing.
Imagine
You know, like those gamer chairs. They're really
like
cool.
I want
thing
with the keys.
Yeah, thing with the keys. It glows up. Oh my god, yeah.
You could do it for Antigua maybe on like a beach. That would be back to your roots. It'd be pretty.
Don't know how that would be done.
I don't know how it would be done. I think I'm just getting really excited.
It's okay. I love the ideas. It's great.
It sounds like a great idea.
Bring a generator.
Yeah,
I mean, you know.
I mean, if you go to the extent of getting a generator on a beach just to go, hey, guys,
and then I'm gaming.
You
know, I would get some really weird looks. That's for sure. If I was on the beach
just
with a
watching
generator, with a
on
PC, with a.
I'm just overwatching, guys. Can you leave me alone, please?
I mean, everything would corrode really quickly too.
It would just break. It would just be awful.
It would never work. That was a weird rabbit hole.
Yeah, it was. But hey, we went down it together. Yeah, and we came out the other side.
Yeah, we did.
That was great.
We did.
Well done.
Thank you. Well done to you too.
You too. But I mean, I think that's the thing is there are that's the thing is I know what you mean about the whole streaming thing, because I'd love to stream more often, but I think you need to. It's become such a career now to stream. You need to be like consistently delivering streams every day.
Exactly, or it's like you can't. It's hard to keep up, and like I've watched a lot of streams and I've seen that the amount of effort that people put into them, and it's just like. Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's amazing that people are able to game for hours and like actually make a living out of it. Like, that's incredible. If you think about it.
I look at it sometimes like being it's a bit soul destroying as well, because because I think you live and die by subscribers and viewers and stuff. As much as one can say, oh, you know, I'm just enjoying myself and being myself with 3 viewers. You do want to see a growth in what you're doing.
Oh, yeah,
but it's
for sure.
I think it's quite, you know, I think if you're doing it like as a duo maybe or like as a team, it's great, but
that's
on your
fun.
own it's a bit like
doing all the time. Yeah. No, that's I think that can be, it probably must be very exhausting for a lot of people to keep on going through that. But I need to get more into it. I would love to.
I'm sure there's a niche for Nintendogs. Like
I wonder
streaming.
if there's still anything that's alive in that world. Like, do people still like
I'm gonna
retro gamers?
And I'm gonna find a DS and I'm gonna see if people are still playing Nintendogs.
I'm so tempted to buy a new DS and just play like the old DS games because I love them so much.
Yeah.
Like, I actually really want to. I think you can get them for like probably like 70, like 60 quid now, can't you?
Yeah, I think so.
Cheap.
60. Yeah, I think so.
Probably could.
Yeah, easily.
You probably could.
Yeah, easly.
Yeah.
I
might do that.
You did one of the coolest things ever this year as well. You actually had a song feature in a video game, which is again,
which was like,
how are you doing this? I don't understand.
I don't understand either. That was on my bucket list for life. Yeah, and it happened, which is awesome.
And you did it as early on as 17, which blows my mind.
It's really cool. It was something that I've always wanted to do, and just to be able to do it was such an incredible game. Like, it's just, it was awesome. So it was so cool.
The song is
experience.
Ghost, right?
Yeah.
Ghost, and on Hideo Kojima's new Death Stranding, which is just this huge game with the hype around it as well was incredible. Like, people were so excited about this Death Stranding because it looked so ominous, and people were like, you're carrying babies in a wilderness in this giant weird phantom things.
And then like Norman Reedus, and then like what, and then like the BTs, and just the way that everything is. Yeah, it's very cool.
It's very cool.
It's a very cool game.
How did that happen Did you have to write the song around the game? How did you to actually come to writing the song for it? Was it kind of just you were inspired by something, or?
It's actually quite strange, because what happened is that, a lot of my music is very haunting and kind of fits that genre of anything really well, that like kind of creepy, kind of haunting storylines that, post-apocalyptic worlds, and it's something that like I definitely like envision my music being in. So it's just like it's a thing that I just do anyways. So the song Ghost was actually a song that I wrote like about 2 years ago.
Okay.
I wrote it 2 years ago, and I I never really finished it. And it was just there. It was just on my laptop, like, cool, great. Never, I didn't think it was going to be released, to be honest, which is so mad. And then the opportunity came up, and I don't know, there was something missing with the song, and I'd worked with Alan Walker before on Dark Side, which is one of his...
great song.
Thank you.
Which once again has exploded on the I think
it's so yeah. I mean, his audience is awesome. I think
Spotify alone has had like 250 million downloads.
Yeah,
incredible.
It's pretty cool. His audience is like so dedicated and so like it's crazy. They're very cool.
And love you too, obviously.
Which is so sweet. Like that's not a given. So it's nice to like see they just like adopt whoever he works with, which is really sweet. I love that. And yeah. So but yeah, like the opportunity came up and it was kind of like, because he's also in that gaming world and he's also done a lot there as well. It was kind of like a no-brainer. Like, yeah, like it's gotta
perfect
happen.
Collaboration.
It was really cool. Yeah. And then it just kind of, we sent the track to him and then he produced it and suddenly there was nothing missing anymore.
It
works.
We
were like, oh, cool. We actually got something.
It is a brilliant song. For the game as well, like the genre of the game and the kind of the...
And Ghost as well. Like, I mean, that's like a huge, like, it's called Death Stranding. Like, you know, there is a huge, like, blur between the living and the dead in this game. And Ghost fits really well with that. So it's very...
plus, it's quite, you know, the game as well... If any listeners haven't played it, it's a very lonesome game. Like you're this wandering guy, you know, Norman Reedus, or I think the game's name's Sam Porter, and you're wandering through this huge map on your own, carrying giant, you know, loot crates and cargo.
Yeah.
And often you feel so isolated and completely on your own.
Yeah.
So it totally ties in with that as well.
It does, which is great. Like it was all really a coincidence, but that's why that song, like lyrically and just like the feeling of it, we were like, oh, this could be really cool. And the fact that it worked out is so cool because like the chance of that is also like quite small. So yeah, it was awesome. And Sam Porter throughout the game, he is trying to reconnect like societies, and there is that constant feeling of isolation with the world. Like really has become isolated, and it works.
It really does.
It's really
work
cool.
Perfectly.
Yeah.
I mean, with the song itself as well. Did you get a chance to meet Kojima, or kind of?
I actually did.
No, you did not.
I did, and it was the most. Oh my god, I feel so like I was so.
You geeked out, didn't you?
I was so embarrassing. No, like I wasn't embarrassing. I was just. That's not the right way to say it. I mean, I was more like just very overwhelmed.
Yep.
Because we were at the launch event. Like me and Alan, we got to go, which was really cool, and we both like went to meet him, and then I realized that he had a translator with him the entire time, so he doesn't speak English, at least not well enough to have a conversation with everybody.
Yeah.
In English. So that was like a little hurdle, and I was like, oh my god, like now I have to talk to him through a translator. What do I say? Like, I started freaking out, and I think I said something like, I'm such a fan of your work. Thank you for having me be part of this. And then I told the translator that, the translator told him that, and then he said, like, thank you for being part of it. And that was it. And I was like...
What a beautiful moment.
It was,
conversation.
Through the translator.
Through a guy.
Translator was a great guy. He was very, I mean, go him. He was like, he must have been...
Just
that's a tough job. That's a tough...
Overtime.
Like, Japanese to English, and then English to Japanese. It's like, what... Anyways, it was, yeah.
What an incredible experience.
Yeah.
Because he's one of the most prolific game developers, I think, in modern times.
Yeah, and I know that he's like, he must feel like he's under so much pressure for for this game, and I know that there's been like a lot of like very critical reviews, but in the end of the day, pulling off something like that with just the visuals, the storyline, the soundtrack, like getting all like that's just in itself such an achievement, and really it's more and more like a movie that you get to be a part of.
Yeah.
For
someone like yourself who thrives on creativity as well, here's a game that is so out there in terms of like conceptually anyway.
Yeah.
that even that alone would, as I could presume, like yourself who likes those kind of story-based games, kind of attract you anyway. But to be actually part of the game and have your music played, because I don't know if you've had a chance to, I'm sure you have, in that bit where you kind of go to your hub into your kind of private space and kind of just relax, and you can use the shower and you can like freshen up and stuff.
You can listen to the
tracks, which is just so cool.
It's awesome.
You know, that you can just kind of like, you know, kind of like a mixtape, and you're there in the game, and
it's all these like artists that have like written and done these songs for the game, like, and also there's so many incredible people on the soundtrack as well. Like there are, it's crazy.
We had Bring Me the Horizon on the show recently.
Oh yeah, I was told.
Obviously, the song Ludens is in the thing as well.
Awesome.
And they were you know, they've been in the industry for a long time. I think 13, 14 years making music, and they are just like, to work with Kojima and do something like this is just on a different level. Really,
it really is.
Yeah, it's great.
And then oh my gosh, yeah. I'm such a huge fan of The Neighborhood, and they had a song on it as well, and that like just made me geek out even more, because that was like another like bucket. Like I'm on, like it's crazy. Yeah.
Well,
just being on the same soundtrack as them, like
it's just like
it's just awesome.
You keep outdoing yourself, and that's it. It's like, what's going to happen next?
Thanks.
You know, anything's possible.
I really hope that I continue to do things in that world. Like it's just so cool, and it's never ending, and it's expanding so much, and it's going to become even like I think a bigger part of our lives is like VR and things like that develop, and
definitely,
and it's really exciting.
Now, being on the official soundtrack as well, you actually got sent something which I know is proper limited edition. I think there's like 35 of these in the world. I think something.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, not a lot of them have been made.
So Kojima Productions actually sent you a package. And you've brought it with you because you're like the best guest ever. So that we can actually, I've not seen any of this. So I'm going to unbox this with you, if that's a cool thing.
Yes, 100%.
Shall I I'm going to grab this.
I'm so excited for you to see this. This is perfect.
Okay. Ooh. Right, so I've just nipped up to go and get a giant box, and it is giant, and it's not light.
Pretty giant.
Okay, I'll take the box down a second, but I'm gonna open this. Are you sure you're okay with me opening this?
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, I briefly got to basically do an unboxing with Alan Walker, so I kind of already know what's in there. I haven't gotten to like inspect it super closely.
Kind of wish you could have waited for me, but that's fine. I'll let you off. I mean, it's Alan Walker, isn't it? So.
No, it makes it more special for you. It does make
there we go. The fact that he's touched it too. I feel very, 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 very lucky. Okay, let's open this thing up. So it says, void.
Do not paint over.
Oh my goodness gracious me! Okay,
it's like a proper.
This is.
I'm not going to say anything.
Like
I'm just not gonna...
one of the loot cases from the game. What? Okay, I'm gonna put this down and I'll lift the case out because it's quite heavy.
It is quite heavy. Okay. There's a lot of stuff in there.
This is insane. This is massive.
It's actual like one of the loot cases.
So it's one of the loot cases from the game.
Exactly how it looks like in the game, with the stickers in the right place and everything.
Oh my! Should we have a look inside? I can't wait to see what's actually in it. Do you know how to unlock it?
You know what? It was so embarrassing. The first time I opened this, I had some trouble, like even getting the lock open. It's very I'm very weak. Let's just say it.
You're very weak.
Like I'm weak. I have like no upper body strength.
Okay.
So like I was trying to like twist it and it wouldn't work. And I just actually don't know how these locks work. So.
Once again, very, very, very humble, very honest. You know, I have no upper body strength. Okay.
Always honest.
Have you managed to do your side?
No.
Okay. I'll do it for you.
I'm just gonna let you do it so I don't embarrass myself.
Okay. I think I'll do it. Okay. This is the moment of truth now. This is actually I have no idea what could be inside here.
This is exciting. It's exciting to watch somebody else open it.
It is. You're like excited for me. Thank you. Like Christmas has come early. Literally,
honestly,
I've got like
Merry Christmas, dude.
There's two more locks here. Okay, right, here we go. And
hang on, what way?
Voila! I think that's.
Oh my god!
It's a giant piece of foam. No, it's not. It's
congratulations!
It's.
Oh my god! I mean,
oh my goodness!
Although I've already seen this, look at that.
Oh, what?
It glows up and everything.
Okay, so this is okay. This is a little finicky with the microphones and things, but ultimately, it's a giant light up case that inside has These aren't bottle openers, are they? No, they're definitely not bottle openers. There's something else. It says.
I can, if you want, I can.
Please, explain.
Those are actually, I'm pretty sure that those. Here's a necklace that
those
has
are the
those
keys.
on them. I think those are the keys.
Okay,
as far as I know.
Because in the game, he has like a set of keys that kind of opens up the network that you mentioned earlier on. that kind of connects everyone together. I think these are the keys here that he puts in the machine. Okay.
I think that's what it is. I haven't gotten like super far into the game.
PlayStation Kojima Productions invite you to explore a completely new type of action game. Death Stranding goes to reconnect isolated cities. You have the supplies you need. Now it's time to create new strands with players around the world in the process. Before you share the experience of Stranding, please read the Okay, so let's actually open up what's inside here. Oh wowzers! Okay, right. I'm going to put this because it's massive.
Beautiful.
I'm going to put it down here for a second, and I'm going to pick things out one thing at a time. Is that okay?
That is completely fine.
And I'll just make sure
Don't
that's
you
okay.
worry.
That this is okay because this is blowing my mind, and I'm going to put it in our little kind of. Oh, look at that! Perfect.
It's beautiful.
Okay, right. So
it's absolutely beautiful.
This is. May I touch this?
Yes.
Okay,
you
fine,
may
good.
touch it. You have permission.
People are very precious about this stuff, and I'll make
Don't
sure
worry
that.
about
Okay,
it.
my greasy fingerprints are on it. Okay, so first things first, we have a copy of the game. An integral part of the game is to have a copy of the game. So we have that. We have the game there. Okay, Death Stranding on PlayStation 4. We have this awesome looking like
it's so cool
see-through kind of orange Death Stranding. Yeah. Actually, a Death Stranding branded controller.
It's incredible.
Okay, that is
it's so cool. And apparently, you interact with the controller in a very interesting way when it comes to the baby.
Okay,
I've been told. Apparently, like you have to actually rock the controller.
You rock the controller like a baby.
Like a baby to make it. You know, that's crazy.
It's called a BB. It's a BB.
A BB. Yeah,
exactly. A BB. I think probably the thing that's most exciting is. Oh wow, this is weird.
It's quite heavy.
Look at this.
It is beautiful.
Don't break it. Don't break it, Savage. Don't break it. Don't break it. Okay,
please don't break it. It's still
yeah, it's really fun opening this. Don't touch it. Death Stranding, a PlayStation 4 Pro, which I'm going to put on the table there as well.
It's amazing.
Look at that, and the handprints as well from the BTs.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
they
and
really
obviously
outdid themselves when
we
it
have
comes to
all the bits and pieces in here as well.
Exactly.
We have is that like a keychain?
I think so.
Hey.
Yeah.
Everyone needs a keychain.
Wait, hang on, is it?
Or is that like a gill? I don't know what that. I wasn't.
I'm pretty sure.
Wires and stuff. And there's also like kind of like little kind of. I mean, this is. They've put. It's a full-on light-up case with limited edition controller and PS4 Pro
and a bunch of goodies.
And a bunch of goodies.
A bunch of little goodies.
I mean, this must blow. This must be the kind of stuff as a gamer as well as someone who works who is a musician. Things like this, you must just go, do you know, I really am so fortunate to have this kind of cool stuff.
Honestly, yeah. And just being able to being able to have it. Yeah. I mean, I'm never going to forget this. And I'm always,
You're
no matter what. It's
never going to be able to find a mantelpiece big enough for it. It's huge.
No, I will never be able to. I might use it as a table or something. I don't know. And
craft it into a table. Kojima would love that.
Or just put it in a glass case.
Yeah, you could.
To be very honest, I probably should do that instead.
Yeah, it's great.
But it's amazing, really. Like when I first opened it, I mean, just the way that also the strand that connects from that to the details are really cool.
The details.
It's awesome.
Nuts. Yeah.
And I'm guessing this is for those keys.
It is for the keys. You're right.
I'm guessing
because the keys are on a chain in the game. So
I believe that's what that is supposed to be.
Thank you so much for bringing this in because it's very rare that I get to see things like this. They usually lock me in a cage, so it's quite nice to be out in the open and see things like this. This is nice.
They usually lock you in a cage.
They do. I'm
sorry.
Savage by name and by nature. Apparently, that's it. So, I'm going to ask before you leave us. What's next for Aura? What have you got planned in the future? Obviously, you've got Christmas coming up and things as well. But what have you got planned?
So
you've got some incredible music. Ghost. You mentioned Dark Side. What's next for you? Is there going to be albums? There tours? What's happening next?
I mean, there's always music in the making. Always. I'm literally always in the studio. So there's new music coming out for sure sometime soon. Nice. There's definitely going to be some headline touring as well next year, which I'm very excited about. More shows in the UK.
Great.
It's going to be really cool.
That sounds great.
Just more of everything really. And hopefully some more gaming.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to exchange Switch kind of details.
Yes,
we're going to team
should,
up. You'll do Diva, I'll do Bastion.
Oh my God, it'll be
we'll
great.
Batter the competition.
Hell yeah.
We've got this.
Let's do it.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me. This has been so much fun.
And all the best for the future.
Thank you.
Thanks, Aura.